Hello everyone, welcome to today's episode on Think Sex Ed. And on today's episode, I answer the most frequently asked questions by parents. When is the right time to start having sex conversation? Well, if you're struggling with this, keep on watching. My name is Emilio Cheng. I'm a parent and teen sex ed coach, and on this channel, I simplify the sex conversations to have at home. Well, it's never too early or too late to start having sex conversations, sex and relationship conversations. I know you're wondering, really hear me out fast. So the sex talk itself, the talk, no longer exists. So the sex conversation is not the talk. That one lecture we used to think about that is all about sex intercourse itself and pregnancies conversations. No, sex conversation is an ongoing conversation that happens throughout a child development, right from toddler years up to young adults years, and the conversation revolves around identity, body awareness, relationships, love, sex itself, STI, pregnancy, and all the other conversations around it. So it's also about how your child understands and expresses intimacies and feelings for others, and how your child understands and maintains respectful relationship. Basically about everything around love, relationship, yes, sex conversation itself, around sex intercourse itself, pregnancy, puberty, everything in between that literally relates to a child's sexual health and sexual being. It's an ongoing conversation for many years. So it's not one conversation. Your progression, it's adding on, it's layering on to the conversation that you've already started. So the conversations can start right from toddler years. Yes, toddler years. So when a child learns how to talk, you can start with the basics. And the basics here is naming the body parts. Yes, the right body parts for the genitals, vulva, vagina, penis, anus, naming those body parts. I know most of the time we substituted with the names like pee, wee, susu, poo, all the names we call them, but we need to call them the right name so that a child, that is the first step in removing sexual shame, naming the parts as they're supposed to be named. And it's also a safety because then a child knows the parts and their function, and not just naming them, but also the functions of the different genital parts that they have. And then as a child grows and they start relating with others outside their home, it's important for us to talk about boundaries, respect, and the feelings that they get. Because as they relate with people, all these things are going to come. And then, of course, the key here is then how do we make the conversations age appropriate? So the answer lies in keep it simple. So keep it simple here is look at the age of the child, give appropriate answer appropriate to the age, and make it very simple for them. Very simple. Don't overthink it. So for example, a child who's a toddler asking you where do babies come from is a simple answer. Mothers give birth to babies. That's it. A 10-year-old will ask you the same questions. Is add a little bit of details to it because now they can comprehend because they understand and then answer. A baby grows inside a mother's vagina, uterus for 9 months, then the mother delivers to the vagina. Research tells us that teens and kids who have regular conversations with their parents and caregivers are less likely to take risks around their sexual health and more likely to be healthy and safe. Don't worry if your child is in high school or middle school, preteen, teen, and you haven't started the conversation. And that's why when I started, I said it's never too late to start having the conversation. You still have an opportunity to have the right conversations. So the trick here is if your child is way older, then come to them from the point of change, from the point of you want to change how you are having these conversations, from the point of you didn't do it right, but now you want to start doing it right, you want to change how you, maybe you never understood from yourself, you're also struggling understanding how to have this conversation, but now you're coming from a point of change and you want to come from with a place of openness, and just emphasizing that you're creating a culture of openness so that they can come with you with any questions that they have without any fear. Because you can look at the questions together, you may be able to answer them. So just creating that environment where they know they can come to you and have such conversations. It's also important that when your children are a bit older, that you don't crumple all the conversations that you never had into one session. No. Remember we said the conversations are a million conversations. So you can just, don't try to catch up everything. No, you can just still have small bits of conversations and just continue layering them on as your child grows. The most important thing as a parent is to create that environment and tell your child that they can come for you, they can come to you for support or ask you any questions and not fear about it. So really creating that open door policy around sex conversations with their kids at whatever age and stage they're in. Remember, early conversations about sex and sexuality sends the message that sex and sexuality are healthy parts of life. And then, just remember, keeping the conversation simple, having honest and open conversations. If you're struggling to start, also check out these two videos here where I equip you with ways on starting the conversations right. Otherwise, have a great day, great week, great month, and start having sex conversations.